Alright, what's up? Atsahin, of course. Welcome back to the channel. Today's topic, once again, Call of Duty 2017 World War II. Of course, in this video right here, we're going to take a look at everything we know so far. To enter this month's $50 Xbox Live PSN or Steam card giveaway, all you have to do is drop a like, leave a comment, and of course, be subscribed to the channel. Anyway, to basically prevent myself from rambling on for far too long and making you sit there for God knows how long, I decided to write everything down just to make sure that I stay on topic. Anyway, on that note, the first thing on the list are the 3 new images that were leaked last night. Ironically, they were actually leaked by Call of Duty themselves. Now, I'm sure that some of you have already seen these, but of course, considering we're taking a look at everything in this video, these 3 are definitely a big part of that as well. So on that note, for those that don't know this yet, if you go to profile.callofduty.com/callofduty/login, you'll of course be brought to a landing page where you can sign into your Call of Duty accounts. Now, if you scroll down a little bit, you will see 3 different sections: exclusive rewards, community, and of course finally get the latest intel. Now of course if you go to this page right now, the pictures won't be the same anymore, but let's take a look at these bad boys right here. Obviously they don't give us a lot of information, not to mention the quality isn't really on point. The low resolution images, I would say standard detail at best, but hey, let's take a look at them. For starters, we have the exclusive rewards image. This right here simply shows a soldier holding, of course firing, the Thompson aka the Tommy gun, with the drum magazine and what looks like, I would say, the quick draw handle or a simple grip. We'll just have to wait and see how that pans out. Next up, for the community section, we have a picture that gives me a bit of a Band of Brothers vibe. If I'm not mistaken, Glenn Schofield actually tweeted something about that, I want to say a year or so ago, that would love to work with a game similar to Band of Brothers. If that's actually the case, if that's something we're getting, then the storyline at least should be most definitely on point. And then finally, we have the picture that comes with get the latest intel. Anyway, personally, for those that don't know this yet, this might come as a shock. My army knowledge isn't really on point, just keep it real with you. But earlier today, I actually watched a video from Neo Cinema and he explained everything perfectly. So, besides the main character in this picture is, of course, a staff sergeant. And apparently, he's part of the United States 1st Infantry Division, better known as the Big Red One. Because, of course, the patch is a Big Red One. Very simple. But, for those that don't know this, back in the day, there was actually a side game called Call of Duty II Big Red One. Apparently this was a PS2 game. I can safely say I've never played it, but for those of you that did play this game, that should give you a bit of an insight on what Call of Duty World War II is all about. And before I forget this, apparently the main guy over here is rumored to be Transformers actor Josh Duhamel. Probably boosted his name, but for now, simply take that for what it is, because obviously this will be confirmed at a later date. Anyway, next up we have the box art. Now, of course, by default, the box art isn't very interesting to look at, because obviously the PC version looks best, they kept most of the image. But in this case, it's all about the console exclusivity, Xbox One versus PS4. For those that care, by the way, at this point in time, there's no confirmed copy for the Xbox 360 or the PS3. Don't think that'll ever happen either. But of course, at the moment, the question is Xbox One versus PS4. Which one of the two is gonna get the DLC first? And, surprise, surprise, just like the past few years, it's the PS4. If you take a look at the box art, at the bottom you will see PlayStation exclusive, play map packs 30 days early. Honestly, I wish everybody would just get the map packs at the exact same date. Then again, Activision probably earns millions from this deal, right? So let's just casually assume it's either going to be the PS4 first or the Xbox One first for the rest of our lives. And then last but definitely not least, we have this leaked image right here. Now this is apparently part of the marketing material over in Australia. For starters, we have a rumored release date, and that's of course November 3rd. 2017 could be the case, and on top of that, there'll be a private beta for people who pre-order Call of Duty World War II. Now, I'm pretty sure that at this point in time, we all expected a beta. However, the thing I don't like is the fact that this is actually a private beta and not an open beta. I don't like having to spend 60 euros or $60, 44 pounds in this case, to get my hands on a beta code, but what needs to be done, right? I want to play this game early. And then on top of that, we also got the game description, the campaign description, and multiplayer description. And then finally, the description for the 3rd game mode. Is it going to be zombies? Yay or nay? Anyway, on that note, let's get into it. For starters, the game description. Of course, Call of Duty returns to the roots with Call of Duty World War II. A breathtaking experience that refines World War II for a new gaming generation. Land in Normandy on D-Day and battle across Europe through iconic locations in history's most monumental war. Experience classic Call of Duty combat, the bonds of camaraderie, and the unforgiving nature of war against a global power, throwing the world into tyranny. Next up, the campaign description. Call of Duty World War II tells the story of an unbreakable brotherhood of common men fighting to preserve the freedom in a world on the brink of tyranny. Players enlist in a gritty, intense journey through the battlegrounds of war. The campaign features bold, lifelike visuals with the kind of blockbuster cinematic authenticity that only Call of Duty can deliver. To be honest, right? At this point in time, we know absolutely nothing about the campaign, but let's hope it's most definitely like Band of Brothers, because in that case, it's gonna be a banger. Next up, multiplayer. Call of Duty World War II multiplayer engages players grounded. Fast-paced combat across many of World War II's most iconic locations. Players will also enjoy exciting new ways to interact and socialize with their friends and the Call of Duty community. I'm not too sure how I feel about that. Pretty please, alright? Don't make Nazis dab. It's not right. Anyway, next up, the third game mode, and a little teaser. It's not gonna be zombies. I know that this is very saddening news for a lot of people, but based on this and this alone, I reckon DLC 5 for Black Ops 3 is more likely going to happen, just because otherwise the zombies community is going to be a bit bored. Anyway, next up, the third game mode, High Octane Cooperative. Not too sure what that means. Honestly, I couldn't tell you. Call of Duty World War II's cooperative mode unleashes a new and original story. Play with your friends in this next level standalone game experience, full of unexpected, adrenaline-pumping moments. To be honest, that sounds pretty cool. It's a standalone experience, alright? Something completely different and that has nothing to do with the campaign or the multiplayer. Sounds interesting, but again, we'll just have to wait and see how all of this pans out. For those that don't know this just yet, for those of you that didn't see my previous video, essentially, Call of Duty World War II will be revealed next Wednesday, 10 AM PDT, or of course 1 PM Eastern Standard Time. However, we're not going to get a trailer, right? We're not going to get a teaser either. Instead, we're going to get a reveal live stream. Not too sure how I feel about that. Honestly, I was hoping for a ton of teasers just to get the community a bit more hyped up. Because at the moment, some of us are playing Infinite Warfare, some are still playing Black Ops 3, some play Modern Warfare Remastered. Maybe some of you play Black Ops 2 just like me, MW2, MW3, and a ton of people also simply quit the franchise, right? They went to Overwatch, Destiny. So personally, I feel like a ton of teasers would have worked better, but we'll see how all this pans out. In case you want to know exactly when the live stream goes live, simply go to callofduty.com, because over there, they've got a timer to let you know exactly when it starts. Anyway, apart from that, if you're hyped for Call of Duty World War II, then by all means, smash that like button. Just like yesterday, if you'd rather see the Call of Duty community die a quick and painless death, then by all means, drop a dislike. And apart from that, if you want to stay up to date with all the latest Call of Duty World War II information, then be sure to follow me on Twitter. And apart from that, thank you all so much for watching. Thank you for the continued support. And again, I will catch you in the next one. Take it easy.
Kill confirmed. Lightning strike on standby. Nemesis 1. Lightning strike coordinates received. Inbound. Peace out.